Hey, vinyl community, how you doing? It's Matt, and I'm back for another video. And as the Ventures in Space album just kicks off here behind me, hopefully I won't get flagged, but I get it low enough and I jabber on enough that I don't think I'll have a problem. But anyway, another album I can recommend for you is get the Ventures in Space. I'll tell you, I swear it's one of the first concept albums ever, long before Sgt. Pepper or The Who's Tommy or Pink Floyd, or name any concept album you want. Get the Ventures in Space and you'll see what I mean. Great album. Anyway, I got that in the background here. And hey, how many of you have your Flashcubes out there? Have you gotten your Flashcubes? Since my big video a few months ago, or a couple of months ago, touting the Flashcubes, and Joe, Mr. Mayo, did a video about the Flashcubes, and we had a Flashcubes party going on and everything. Have you gotten your Flashcubes yet? Well, even if you don't have your Flashcubes Brilliant yet, or even if you don't have your Flashcubes Sporting Wood yet, and even if you don't have your Flashcubes Rockin' Over Japan yet, even if you don't have your Flashcubes, something else over Japan yet, right? And even if you don't have the Cellar Full of Boys, the Basement Tapes by the Flashcubes yet, and even if you don't have the one that I know Doc Dacus himself has and loves and he touts all the time, the Flashcubes Bright Lights, okay? Even if you don't have Bright Lights yet, please tell me by now you have the new one, the newest one called Flashcubes Forever. You have that one, right? You must have it. Come on. It's so good. It's so excellent, folks. Double CD. One CD is rare studio stuff. The other CD is live stuff. Come on, I showed you this. We talked about it. You've got to have it by now. Get your Flashcubes. Well, okay, enough with the Flashcubes. But what about the sons of the Flashcubes? Well, I got a couple more recommendations for you if you're into this kind of great rock and roll and power pop. Okay? The Flashcubes were around in the late 70s, coming into the very early 80s, where they went on a hiatus for a while. I won't say they officially broke up or it was acrimonious or it was bad vibes or anything, because they to this day they still get together on occasion for special reunions and do certain things. So they never really officially broke up, and they've made some new music since the early 80s. But for a period of time in the 80s, the Flashcubes went their separate ways, so to speak. And they basically broke off into two different factions, okay? You had three of them, Gary Frenet, Artie Lennon, and Tommy Allen, who broke off into a band called Screen Test. Okay, here's a new CD by the band Screen Test. Alright, so basically it was the three Flashcubes members minus Paul Armstrong, who went off on his own and formed a band called 145 with Ducky Carlisle. You may know that name, Ducky Carlisle, if you're into Wilkerson. Come on, I hope you have your Wilkerson by now. If you don't have your Wilkerson by now, I'd be really hurt that you haven't at least tried. Album of the Year 2018 back there, folks. Album of the Year. Ask anybody who knows about it. It's a great album. Anyway, Ducky Carlisle from the 145 with Paul Armstrong, who is also an occasional Flashcubes fill-in on drums. But anyway, in the 80s, Paul Armstrong from the Flashcubes, Ducky Carlisle, who is all over the Wilkerson album, formed a band called 145. So basically you had Paul Armstrong from the Flashcubes, and you had the three other guys from the Flashcubes in Screen Test. Okay? So I just wanted to tell you about these two quick little albums I have here. Here's the one by 145. It's called 3 Chords and a Cloud of Dust. And that's a cool title by any stretch of the means. Come on. 3 Chords and a Cloud of Dust by 145. This is really cool rock and roll, folks. Not like your typical 80s hair metal or anything like that. This was just hard driving rock and roll / power pop. Just kicks butt. Great stuff. Paul Armstrong does mainly the lead vocals, and this is a newer one. This one they kind of just put together within the last year, where they recorded some new stuff, re-recorded some of their old songs, but with modern technology of today, and a few old tracks around here. Okay, so pick it up if you can. 145, 3 Chords, and a Cloud of Dust. Okay, Paul Armstrong. Now the other three guys in the Flashcubes formed Screen Test. Now Screen Test did put out a couple of releases back in the 80s as well, and this is their latest. It's called Screen Test Through the Past Brightly. Screen Test Through the Past Brightly. Okay, don't want you to forget that. Alright, a lot of cool stuff on here, folks. Similar to the 145 CD, they have recorded some new material. Like half of this CD is brand new material. Half of it is unreleased stuff back in the day, from back in the early Screen Test days. And they put together a really nice CD here. And as you can see, I got a personal note from Mr. Gary Frenay himself. Gary sent me this CD. Bless you, Gary. Thanks for doing that. His note says, in case you couldn't read it well, Matt, we loved your YouTube video about the cubes. Hope you dig this too. Gary Frenay. And there's his little autograph right there. Really nice of Gary to do that. Okay, we exchanged information. He sent this out to me, and Gary, I really appreciate it. But I want to highly recommend both. Okay, I'm going to highly recommend both, but let me tell you a little bit about this one. This one is more Flashcubes-y, if that makes any sense. You know, whereas 145 with Armstrong is a little more harder edged, a little more punkish, a little more metalish, but cool metalish, and power popish on top of the cake. This is more like the home, tried and true Flashcubes tradition of rock and roll power pop. Okay, both are great, but this one is really awesome, folks. Check it out. If you like the Flashcubes, if you did take any of my advice in that Flashcubes video and get yourself some, do yourself a favor and check out Screen Test. And I would suggest starting with this new one that they just put out this year called Through the Past Brightly. Okay, both are great CDs. They'll be great additions to your rock and roll collection, and especially if you want to really delve deeper. I mean, if you have stuff by the Flashcubes, I mean, you're the coolest guy or gal on your neighborhood block, because not many people have stuff by this band, and for you to have it and to be able to share it with people is phenomenal, because they're going to hear something, if they're into rock and roll, that they're really going to love, and you're going to be the first one to have it right here. Flashcubes forever. I highly recommend double CD. But if you want to go a little deeper and say, hey, you know, I'm into the Flashcubes, but now I'm getting deeper. I'm getting into the sons of the Flashcubes. I'm getting into Screen Test. I'm getting into 145. This will really make you want to be a cool rock and roll person, folks. Get these, okay? Go online, look them up. 145, 3 Chords in a Cloud of Dust, which is on Northside Records. As a matter of fact, they're both on Northside Records. Here, I'll show you the logo on the Screen Test one, Northside. And you know what? No kidding. The Flashcubes forever. Look at that logo, the half moon logo, Northside. Okay, so look for Northside Records, and you can get all this stuff. Or just go to the websites for the bands, Flashcubes. Look up Screen Test. Look up 145. They're all very approachable people, folks. They're great guys. Paul Armstrong, Tommy Allen, I've been in contact with. Gary Frenay, who sent me this great Screen Test CD. All great people. I'm sure they'd be happy to hear from you and tell you how to get their wares, how to get their stuff. All right, folks. Do yourself a favor. Get some Flashcubes. Get some Screen Test. Get some 145. Do it today. Come back and tell me what you think of it. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Love you all. Bless you. Bye-bye.